I watched The Last Dance last night, like many other people, about Jerry Krause, the general manager, who they were depicting as breaking up the Chicago Bulls and their championship streak back in 91. And man, that was such an exciting time. There were these kids waiting in line for one of the final games, and they did a close-up on this brother and sister, and they're like, our mom and dad said we could have presents under the tree or go to a Chicago Bulls basketball game and see Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. And we chose the basketball game. I didn't get to go to the games like that, but I imagine the excitement that they felt as a kid was probably very similar to my excitement when my parents enrolled me in that watercolor class in the mall. Whew. I did depictions of greeting cards of birds and flowers with 65-year-old women. It was exhilarating. I'm Marilyn Rice Cub, international superstar, and I'm covering the news that comes across my desk. You know, some quarantine protesters, you've heard of them. They're a wonderful group of people. Sarcasm alert. There are some quarantine protesters that are holding up signs, and I saw quite a few of them that were, especially guys, that are holding signs that are like, I need a haircut, open up the country. Really? That's a little bit petty. Okay? And also, no one cares what your hair looks like. No one has ever cared what your hair looks like. You're like, I can't do the things I normally do. Who cares? You didn't get a haircut this month. What's the big whoop? Have somebody do it or just skip it. You're upset because you can't do the things that you want to do right when you want to do them. Once you give yourself an inner haircut, first of all, you got to go, what is an inner haircut? I don't know. What's all that like fuzz and lint and hair growing around your heart? Yeah. You could spend a whole month just thinking about that instead of driving into the middle of the street with a goddamn sign yelling at people. Maybe they're just looking for approval. I wonder if anyone's tried to go, hey, your hair looks good as is. Good boy. Go back in your house now. In 2020, you will get a dirty look for not wearing a mask. By 2025, you will be publicly shamed for wearing jeans. Sweatpants or no pants will be the only acceptable way to dress. By 2027, if you refer to yourself as a global citizen, you'll be punched in the throat and then stoned by your neighbors. This just in, Selena Gomez filed a $10 million lawsuit against a mobile game for stealing her likeness. I feel you, girl. I feel you, girl. I walked into Pin's Bowling Alley and ran into a pinball machine with my face on it. Not the picture I would have chosen either. It's a 24 pinball machine and I'm on the side like my hair is blowing in the wind. I don't know if that's trying to make the pinball sexual. Do I get a cut of that 50 cents, 75 cents every time some prepubescent boy puts it in that old-timey machine with his pimply face and his greasy fingers and shoving his thighs up against the side of it, trying to get the ball to go down the thing? Do I receive a cut of that money? No, I do not. But just knowing that that's happening, that's all I need. I'm in it for the art, guys. I watched that concert the other night, the One World Together at Home concert, and I forgot who said it, but there was some pop star that was like, we may be socially distanced, but we cannot be She said, we may be socially distanced, but we cannot afford to be emotionally distanced. You want to bet? I've been thinking about that for a couple days now, and your idea of being emotionally close, not working for me. I think we can and we must remain arm's length away. This just in, top officials at Area 51 have admitted that the aliens who have been watching human behavior are finally done with us. They're going to cut their losses and go look for more intelligent life forms in the universe. Bye-bye. I'm Marilyn Rice Cub, international superstar, bringing you the news that comes across my desk. This is a segment that we're doing called Questions from the Audience. We answer your questions. Who is your news broadcast inspiration? I would say I'm inspired by Corona, quarantine, my blazer collection, and myself. I'm inspired by myself. The messages in my own heart need to come out to the world. It's a lot about the heart today. Clearing out the old lint dish from the heart. Shake it out. Scrape it if you have to. Throw it in the old trash. It's all coming full circle. What will you be reporting on after Corona? I will be reporting on none of your business. Probably the surf report. And the carrots in my garden. Not really a question, but a comment from a viewer. You are the coolest. Thank you. That's not a question. I noticed that too. But we can talk about it. Thanks. I know. Can you believe it? Let's talk about it. Can we rename 3 p.m. Pacific to Maryland o'clock? Yep. We can. You go ahead and do the footwork on that one. I'll sign off on it. Please comment and invite people in the comments. Tag people, would you? Bye-bye.